Right guys, you join me today. I'm basically going to be doing the roll cage in a bit, but I thought I'd get a job done. Basically, I wanted to clean the white Clio RS200 before it just gets any worse, basically for the winter, and yeah, just give it a good layer of protection. So what I've done is just trying out some new products, and I thought I'd try out. I found like it was at the like the AA recovery company. Basically, they got a bleeding wheels product, and basically gets rid of iron basically on paintwork. So I thought I'd give it a go on the bodywork, so cause it's the same thing, it's paintwork, isn't it? So it's going to do the same job, and yeah, it's coming up quite well for a cheap product. It was about $3.99 I think it was for the product, and I've used about 3/4 of the bottle. I thought I'd give it a good douse because this car absolutely basically just attracts iron like mad. Like, I'll show you what it is like now. You can see it bleeding like mad, and I've done this probably, the iron fallout, probably 4 or 5 times this year. So, and you can see, like, the last time was probably a couple of months ago, but you can just see how bad it gets. Like, that's the back of the boot lid there, and you can see it just bleeding really badly. So yeah, it's definitely doing its job, and the bonnet's quite bad and the roof's quite bad. The sides aren't too bad, but there is some on it. There you go, and there's the bonnet. So it's pretty bad. Yeah, so you can see how bad it was. So basically what I'm going to do is I've already given the car a basic wash just to get any of the loose debris off the top of the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse this fallout remover off the car, and then we're going to give it another wash with the Simonez, and then I've got Maguire's Quick Detailer, and I've got some of the really cheap Demon all-in-one washer, all-purpose cleaner as well. So I'm going to give that a go and just coat it up with a few layers of chemicals, and just give this a good thorough clean, basically get all the winter crap off it, and hopefully add some protection for the as we come out of winter into the summer. It should hopefully make the paintwork last a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm going to get this off now and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so what we're going to do next is basically we're going to use some of this Demon Clean, and we're actually going to just basically clean off any of the grease that's on the car and just decontaminate it even further just before we do a wash base. So as you can see, I've used quite a lot of the Demon Active Cleaner. It's worked quite well, it applied really well, so I just washed it off, and here it is. Right, there we go guys, so as you see the car's all washed, decontaminated, and it's got a decent layer of Maguire's Quick Detailer just to go over it. Didn't really feel like waxing it because the weather's not looking too good. I'd probably rain if I started it, it'd be sod's law, but like I said, it's Sunday now and we're going to start on the roll cage again, carry on working on with this, and see what we can get done today. Basically it's about midday now, and I got up nice and early, washed the car because it's going in for its MOT this month. So yeah, we're going to crack on with this and get the rest of the plates cut and welded. I wanted to obviously get that done, but obviously as well, being Sunday, I didn't really want to at 8 o'clock in the morning start cutting these plates and making a load of noise for my neighbours. So it's midday now, so they shouldn't have to worry about that too much. So it's not overly loud in here, but it's enough. So it's enough to upset a few people, but yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the plates cut, get them mocked in, and then hopefully we'll get the welder out today, and then we'll tack the plates together, the ones that are sort of at an angle, and pull them out of the car, and then we'll fully weld them up here on the bench, and then hopefully that'll be a decent foundation basically for all the base plates to go in. And then after that it'll be just cleaning up the holes and painting them, gal spraying underneath, and then, well, once the plates are painted, like I said before, we'll tiger seal them in, and then we'll bolt them in. That's just the tiger seal is just to hold them in and to keep them weather tight as well, so there's no chance of rust forming underneath that base plate. So yeah, that's the plan, and we're going to crack on now and get on with it. Bit of an update. I've got both my sandwich plates for the rear plates just there, and what we're going to do is we're going to basically just mock these up, bolt them in, and sandwich that floor together. So it's just one more step closer to getting these two sides bolted down, and then we've got to do the same with the fronts, and yeah, go from there basically. So I'm going to bolt these in, and we'll see what it does to that floor basically. We'll see if we can get a nice tight fit. Alright, we've now got both those plates sandwiched, so I just need to tighten this up and see what it does. There we go guys, so as you can see the floor's now met the base plate. Got two M12s in there by 30s, put a bolt underneath. They will be swapped out for nylox, but like I say, we're just putting them in just to get a template basically, just to get everything sort of laid out and make sure everything completely fits before we paint everything and put it in for the final time. Alright, here we go guys, so this is a look from underneath. Basically this is what I was telling you about the brake lines being in the way. As you can see, the bolts are coming right through there, right in between the actual brake lines. So what we've had to do, obviously, like I said, that plate, we've managed to get this plate over here, bolt two M12s into it, and yeah, that should give a good bit of strength to that floor then, and we shouldn't get any issues, and then we can obviously avoid these brake lines all at the same time. So it's sort of a happy compromise basically, but that should definitely work. So yeah, I've already pre-drilled the holes out for the other side, that's over that side. So I'm going to do exactly the same what I've done this side, and it should be exactly the same. Right, so a bit more progress guys. So what I've been doing is working on this driver's side rear base plate here. We've managed to get the M12 bolts in, and as you can see there, that's what I was dealing with. The fuel lines are running along there. I've just cable tied them together to keep them together, because there was like a captive bolt that was coming out of there to hold the clip on. So I've had to remove the clip, which was this one here. So that's it there. If I can get it in the light. That was the clip there basically, and it had a captive screw in it. So I've just ground it down, ground flat, so it could sit underneath that base plate. And yeah, that's worked really nicely. And then those little ones there, I'm going to have to put individual packers behind it on this side and go with that one, but that should hold it in nicely for now. And yeah, so it's coming along nicely. It's sitting really well. So what I need to do now is I need to actually get the base plates in for the front ones, I'd imagine now. So I need to get those drilled in and go from there basically. So we'll get these front ones done, and the one over there basically as well. Right guys, so yeah, a bit of an update. So what I've been working on is basically getting a template for the underside for the front one. Basically what we've got here, we've got a slight problem with trying to get this base plate in, because underneath here is like a supporting leg for the Clio, and it literally runs in line with that bolt there and across diagonally that way. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make a plate up, which this is my kind of template here, and we're going to have to use these two bolts here to actually mount the 5mm plate underneath, because again this one here is sitting on the actual chassis leg, I don't know what you call it, like a supporting brace leg here, and so is this one right on the edge, so you won't be able to get a bolt or a plate underneath this. I've managed to get the bolt tightened on this one, so that's a plus, but we're going to have to use the 2 rear ones to actually support most of this base plate here. So most of the plate will be covered underneath, it's just we won't be fixing into these 2 at the front basically. And yeah, so that's one. I'll show you underneath how it fits. So underneath basically it's looking like that. So we've got this one here, that's obviously two out the way, but we'll put a little washer on that one as well, and on that one if we can. But as you can see, you can't really get a base plate under there. So what I'm going to do is use this template to make up my own. Is it that way? That way. Yeah, that way. There we go. So we've made our own. There we go. So it'll be something like that basically. So that'll be the template, and that sits really nicely in there and doesn't hit anything. So it sits nicely up in there. So yeah, that's my template for underneath the car. So yeah, that's my template basically there. That should give quite a decent amount of support and still be bolted in 2 places, which is good. And it will be 5mm as well underneath the car, and it will give maximum strength there. So all we got to do now is basically transfer this template over to one of my spare base plates that I've got here, and go from there really. What have we got? Have we got any here? I think we've got a couple of spare base plates that might be knocking about. I think we might be able to use this one here. So as you can see from my template, we're maximising the size of the base plate itself, and can practically nearly use all of it. We just need to trim those edges there on the very end. So yeah, that's not a bad shout actually on those. And then we'll just mark out those 2 holes and drill them out. Right, so a bit of an update for you guys. So yeah, what I've been getting up to is basically working on this front base plate here. We've managed to get both the rears done, and now both the fronts are done. We had a bit of a problem with this front hole here, where basically that was actually inside of that bit of frame that I was telling you about. So I've had to move the hole back a bit and stick a nut and bolt on there. But we've got the plate down pretty well down here, and so it's sitting there like that basically. We got 3 bolts in this one, managed to move that bolt over, like I say, a bit more, and yeah, that's pretty good. I've got 2 5mm plates now on both sides, and that should be nice and strong. So what I'm going to do is, just to finish off this video for today, I think I'll call it a day for now. And basically what I'm going to do is, if you can see this, since the if you look back at one of my older videos where I had a car crash in this, there was still lots of glass and everything in this car, and you can just see all the metal filings from doing all the roll cage work. So, and again over there as well, and cutting out the dash it's got pretty messy in here basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try out my new wet vac hoover that we got here from Wix's, try and give this a go, and yeah, hopefully this should do pretty well for getting up any crap that's basically in the car. So we're going to give that a go, and then we'll finish up on the video there basically. So yeah, thank you for watching guys. If you do like the video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe and share the video. And yeah, we're making good progress, done really good work today, and I'm really pleased with it. I'm really happy how this is coming out. It's not hopefully too much longer now to actually get the rest of the plates cut up and bolted into the sides of the actual legs at the front. We've got 1, we just need to do 3 more, and yeah, hopefully that won't take much longer and we can come down and do that another day basically. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.